Hi everyone. So I decided to take part in the 24 in 2024 challenge, which was created by Reading This Life. And basically, we are supposed to read 24 books that have been challenged or banned from schools, libraries, etc. in the year 2024. So the first book is Monday's Not Coming. So this is a story about a girl whose friend just doesn't come to school one day. She basically disappears, and no one really seems to care. No one really seems to care about this girl, including her own parent. Or at least the mother won't give her a straight answer on where her friend is. So it's basically up to her to find her friend. I'm not really sure why this one was banned, but I have a feeling it has something to do with race. Because for some reason, books that don't have white main characters is controversial for some stupid reason. Next is A Miseducation of Cameron Post, and this is about a girl who loses her parents in a car accident, I believe. But sadly, she is sort of relieved because they will now never know that she was kissing a girl. And that's just so sad. So obviously, this most likely was banned because of LGBT themes. Next is Persepolis. I'm pretty sure I said that right. I did have a copy of this book at one point, and I'm not sure where it is, so I'm going to try to read it this year. But this is about a young girl and her life during the Islamic Revolution. If I remember right, it is based on a true story, and my guess for banning is probably religion, war, violence, and it's not a Christian main character, so there you go. Harriet the Spy, saw the movie years ago. Never read it, but again, I have a copy of this book somewhere. Girl basically gets in trouble because she keeps spying on people. Harmless children's book. I think it was banned for like bad influences. Then we have The Handmaid's Tale. So obviously we know why this one is banned. Some have said it's anti-men, anti-religion, stuff like that, but basically this is about a future where religious extremism has taken over. Women are no longer allowed to read and, have rights or anything like that. And they're basically seen as incubators, kind of like how some people think today. 19 minutes. From what I know, this is about a school shooting and the aftermath of that. So most likely things like gun violence or anti-gun, whichever one. It's one of those or both. Then we have My Sister's Keeper by the same author, and this is about a girl who was basically born to be her sister's donor, and then she decides that she no longer wants to do that. Story just sounds really compelling, and I think it's going to be one that's going to make me think a lot. I'm pretty sure it was probably banned or challenged for being anti-family. Then we have The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, a classic book about a boy in the South, and I know this deals with slavery and racism, which I believe are the reasons that it has been challenged. Next is Walk Two Moons. I'm not sure why this one has been challenged. It's because of like family issues and some other things, but this is about a girl whose mother basically abandons her, or she just disappears, and she and her grandparents go on a road trip to find her mother, and she starts thinking and telling the story of her friend who also had her mother leave. Next is Entangle Makes Three. This is a children's book which is based, I believe, on a true story about two male penguins who were given an egg to raise after they tried to hatch a rock. And this is banned because, ooh, gay penguins. Scary. Next is Strega Nona or Nana. I believe that's how it is pronounced. Feel free to correct me if I am wrong. I'm fairly certain it is Italian for Grandmother Witch or Witch Grandmother, and it is basically about a witch who enlists some help from someone who doesn't listen to her rules, and there's kind of magical chaos. So basically, it's just a fun, cute book. But of course, because people think that their religion is the only religion and everything else is evil, even a children's book, it has been banned and challenged. Next is Fallen Angels, and this was suggested by Argyle Dinosaur, so go check out their channel. Awesome stuff. I'm pretty sure I had never heard of this one before, but I have heard of the author. And this, from what I read, is about Vietnam. And I haven't read too many like historical books or things dealing with wars, so that'll be a nice change, something different to read. I'm not sure, but I can probably take a guess that war violence is the reason this has been banned. Next, The Poet X, and this one, I believe someone had mentioned it was banned for like I think anti-religious themes or some stupid stuff like that. Again, people who don't understand that other cultures and religions outside of them exist. It might have been stuff with race too. I can't exactly remember because I believe the main character is Afro-Latina. And I'm sorry, but some, not all, some white, mainly white, Christians take, it seems they take the existence of other people as an attack on them. And from what I remember, this is about a girl who basically expresses herself through poetry and stuff like that because she feels she can't do it at home. She feels, she can't express who she truly is or says what she truly wants to. She does it through poetry. And I'm really excited to read this. I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. This is about a girl and some of the things that she goes through. I can't remember for sure, but I think it might be slightly, at least based on the author's life. We read like a small excerpt in school before. I'm kind of disappointed that I never picked the actual book up before. I'm pretty sure it was banned for mature themes. Next is A Clockwork Orange, and this one's going to be a challenge because I normally don't read things that are from a villain's point of view. From what I know, this is about a group of, I guess, friends who are extremely violent. I'm pretty sure it's classified as dystopian and futuristic. I mean, it was set in the future for the time, I think. It was either the future or like an alternate like reality world. I can't remember exactly right now, but basically these people get caught in a violent crime and have to go to like this facility where, from what I know, they're basically like, or at least the main character is basically brainwashed into being good. I'm pretty sure this one was banned for extreme violence. Then we have The Great Gatsby, which is set, if I remember correctly, in the 1920s, and it is about a man who is new to wealth. Like, I know there's obviously a lot more to it than that, but I think that's like the basics of it. Yeah, I really want to read more like classic literature, and this one is not very long. I cannot remember why this one is banned. I think it's because of mature themes. I don't know, it gets hard to tell because a lot of these bands are stupid. Next is The Kite Runner, and this takes place, I believe, in Afghanistan before and after the arrival of the Taliban. And it focuses on two men. Well, two boys actually. I'm not sure if they become like adults in the novel, but it's basically about their friendship and stuff with each other. And I know it has to do with like class and stuff like that because if I remember correctly, one of the boys' father works for the other boy's father, so I think it was banned due to like violence in class and stuff like that. Then we have Brave New World, which I believe is a dystopian novel about a world that is like seemingly perfect, or like so perfect that people are basically just kind of mindless. They do nothing with their lives. I believe mature themes were the reason that this one was banned. I'm pretty sure about it. Then there is Beloved, and I know this has to do with slavery and a woman and her baby, and I heard something quite graphic about it in terms of the baby, and that just sounds heartbreaking. It's probably going to be a hard book to read. I'm pretty sure it was banned because of violence. They both die at the end. My guess for banning this one, I can't remember, but I think it has LGBT themes, possibly. There's probably other stupid reasons that this has been banned. Anyways, this is about, I guess you would say, possibly the future. I'm not sure if it says a year or whatever, but basically, people now can find out when they die. There's this, like, I think, radio thing or some type of service that will call you and tell you when you are going to die. And basically, you can find somebody to partner up with for that day. 1984, classic dystopian novel. I have heard mixed things about why this has been banned, and I want to reread it. Then The Hate You Give, which is about a girl who witnesses her friend who has been killed by a police officer. So this is about race, the police, etc. The Absolute True Diary of a Part-Time Indian. I believe this is about the author's life and about racial identity. Wish Tree. This is about a tree who listens to everybody's wishes, and I believe the main character is a Muslim girl.